This is Jeanette Keynes from Jewelry Arts Inc. In this video, I'm going to explain to you everything I know about prepping your materials for making tubing.
All right, so we're going to start with Susie making some juicy tubing. This is something that I've been a little obsessed with lately, as one does. And Susie kind of caught my bug. So she was like, okay, we need to make tubing. What do I need to do? I'm like, okay, fine. So for me, I make tubing out of 22 karat because I want to be able to fuse it and everything. So I made sheet, and what we have right here, this is our 22 karat. When you're going to make tubing, the most practical way to make it is to make it quite thin, and we're going to make a long section of it, and then we pull and pull and pull and pull through the draw plate so you end up with a really nice long section of it. Because when the whole thing is done and made, we're going to chop it like a long loaf of bread, you know, with the miter blower plate. That's how we get all of these these sexy little sections right here. So believe it or not, we can use metal quite thin. So what we did is we milled her sheet down to like 9/1000ths, which is like 31 gauge or 32 gauge. You can shockingly go down quite thin because a couple things happen when you pull it. It does get a little bit thicker. I mean, mainly it gets longer, but it does get a little thicker. But just because of the way that it's fused and everything is pulled in one direction, basically it's a lot stronger. You hear what I'm saying? So
great.
yeah. So we were just laughing about 9/1000ths. Like, what the fuck is 9/1000ths? Like, okay, fine. So when dinosaurs roamed the earth and I learned how to make jewelry, we used a micrometer that measures in thousandths of an inch. Now, why would you use that? That's crazy. Okay, yes, it is. So we also use the gauge, like 30 gauge, 26 gauge, etc. However, thousandths of an inch is a very small increment. So it's actually very accurate. So it's something that I still use quite a bit because the difference between 30 gauge and like 34 gauge or 36 gauge is not that easy to determine if you're just using, you know, the regular wire gauge, you know, the little round guy that you use. Whereas with thousandths of an inch, I can get like an exact measurement. So for this, I wanted to know exactly what this was so that we could put it in our notes. And if we need to make a gallon more of it, that we can make our sheet again, like actually the same size. So OCD always pays. As we all know, the crazier you are, the better off everything will be. But it's just a more accurate way to measure it. You can also measure in millimeters. I mean, thousandths of an inch is insane. It's just something that I'm used to. Feel free to not do that if it makes you crazy. So we've got our sheet, which is nice and thin. Now, another thing we have to consider is the tubing draw plates that we have in the studio. We have to determine the size that we're going to make based on the tubing draw plates that we have. Now, Alexis and I personally know from extremely bitter experience that the biggest that we can make this is around 23 or 24 millimeters with the size draw plates that we have in this studio. So we're going to kindly share that information with you. So the first thing I'm going to have you do with your sheet is I'm going to have you take a ruler and scribe a line on this edge and cut it beautiful and straight. And then we're going to sand it a little bit. I mean, we'll do these things sort of together. But then once this side is as straight as we can emotionally handle, then we'll take dividers, you know what I mean? And we'll mark the other side as well. Because the two long sides of tubing, it's basically like one big bezel that's going to get bent together and we're going to have our little fuse seam. So we have to really, the whole time and aggravation with this is just getting that seam nice and tight. Fusing it is no big deal. Pulling it is no big deal. Chopping it is really no big deal as these things go. But the most important thing is that seam really touches because we're going to fuse, you know, so like we need it to really touch nicely. Okay? So that's your mission, and then we'll come back and see how you did. So one of the many things that makes everybody cuckoo bananas is trying to get things straight. So I'm going to explain again. The whole key about getting things straight is actually your posture. Okay? So no matter what introverted way you normally sit, when you go to cuts, we're going to like, and also some people are like, why aren't you going to saw that? Because fuck that, it's much easier to cut. Fuck that is an extremely legitimate way to make your decisions. You cannot auto everything. For thick, you have to saw. For thin, it's much easier to cut. So I'm going to sit
You feel like my feet are on the floor, I'm looking straight ahead. Because what I'm going to do is put this here, and I'm basically visualizing 90 degrees, straight ahead with my scissors. Like so.
What do you want us to talk about right now?
You may have to kind of tilt it a little bit to see the line.
Like this, how?
And you can always sand afterward, and no doubt you will. But the straighter you cut things, the less, fucking cleanup you have, which, that's an extremely emotional issue for me because I don't want to do a lot of cleanup here. Susie, what have you been cutting with these poor defenseless scissors? She is confessing nothing. What have I done to them? I just got a few nicks in them. I think maybe you cut a little binding wire with that. Possible. Mm-hmm. By the way, don't cut your binding wire with your Joyce Chans. It puts little nicks in them. But so you see how I was able to cut off an adorable little spiral there. Look how cute. And then to get it truly straight, we're going to put a piece of sandpaper down on here. And we're going to take this like this, and we're going to sand. Now, when I just said that, what you heard was like this. No. Instead, you have to hold it down like so and make very small moves. Otherwise, the ends don't touch. You see what I'm saying? Like very small movements. Like
Then I'm actually going to take him in the bath. We're going to have a...
yeah, get some out and we'll do a little bit of it. But you see what I'm saying? Like, so, not like that. Okay?